Recently, one of my students was questioning the notion that we are all made of the same components of our universe. You've probably heard it on a card or in a song and taken it as something cute or sweet to say. However, the truth is, it's chemistry. True in the most literal sense, and I want to show you exactly how it happened. Because the real story is far stranger than the saying. Let's start with something simple. What are you actually made of? Almost all of your body is just four ingredients: oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. Those four make up about 96% of you. Add a little calcium in your bones, some phosphorus, and a handful of others in tiny amounts, and that's nearly the whole recipe for a human being. Here's the first surprise. If you could count every atom inside of you, about 2 out of every 3 would be hydrogen, the lightest, simplest atom that there is. And those hydrogen atoms are roughly 13.8 billion years old. They are nearly as old as time itself. To see why, we have to go back to the very beginning. About 13.8 billion years ago, everything came rushing out of the Big Bang. In those first few minutes, the universe was only hot enough to make the smallest elements: hydrogen, a good amount of helium, and the faintest trace of lithium. That was the entire starting set. Now notice what's missing. No carbon, no oxygen, no calcium, no iron. None of the materials you would need to build a leaf or a bone or even a beating heart. For the first long stretch of cosmic history, the ingredients for life simply did not exist. So where did the rest come from? Every heavier element, the carbon in your cells, the oxygen you're breathing, had to be built somewhere after the universe began. And the only place in nature with enough heat and pressure to build them is inside of a star. So let me explain how a star actually does it. A star lives in a constant tug of war. Its own gravity is always trying to crush it inward. So to push back, it fuses atoms together in its core, and that fusion releases energy. So a star isn't burning the way a fire burns. It's forging, welding small atoms into bigger ones every second. Our sun is doing this very thing right now. It fuses hydrogen into helium, and that is what makes it shine, and what keeps us warm enough to be alive. But the sun is a medium, fairly ordinary star, so that is about as far as it will ever get. The giants go further. A star many times larger than the sun burns hotter and faster, and when it runs low on hydrogen, it doesn't stop. It fuses helium into carbon, carbon into oxygen, then into neon, magnesium, and silicon. Layer by layer, like the rings of an onion, it climbs the periodic table inside of its own core, until it reaches iron, and iron changes everything. Up to iron, fusing atoms releases energy. But iron is so tightly bound that fusing it costs energy instead. In an instant, the fire holding the star up goes quiet. Gravity finally wins, and the core collapses in less than a second. And what follows is one of the most powerful and amazing events in our universe. The star detonates as a supernova. A single explosion so bright it can briefly outshine an entire galaxy. In that blast, it forges a fresh wave of elements and throws everything it ever made out into space, scattering across distances we don't have honest words for. That accounts for most of the elements in you, but not the rarest ones. A few of the heaviest, like gold and platinum, need something even more extreme. They are made when neutron stars, the dense leftover cores of dead stars, spiral inwards and collide. That was only a theory until 2017, when observatories here on Earth actually detected 2 neutron stars crashing together and measured the wreckage, producing several planets worth of gold and platinum in a matter of seconds. So the gold in a wedding ring was most likely made in a collision of dead stars, billions of years before our planet even existed. Now we have all the pieces, drifting through space as dust and gas. But the main question is, How did they become us? About 4.5 billion years ago, one of those great clouds, already seeded by generations of stars that had lived and died, collapsed under its own gravity. Most of it became our sun. The leftovers became the planets, including this one. Every heavy atom here was ancient before the Earth even formed. We are not built from fresh material. We are built from the remains of stars that died long before the sun was even born. And nature wasted none of it. Matter is never created or destroyed, only rearranged. The same atoms have been a star and dust and stone and sea, and they happen to be you for now. So let me bring it home into your own body. The oxygen in your lungs, the carbon in every cell, the calcium in your bones, the phosphorus in your DNA, all of it was forged in stars. And the iron in your blood, carrying that oxygen through you this very second, was made in the heart of a star that exploded before the Earth existed. An even more puzzling find is that none of it had come from the same place. The atoms in your right hand and the atoms in your left could have been born in two different stars, on opposite sides of the galaxy, that died millions of years apart. And after all that distance and all that time, they ended up here, holding one ordinary life together. You. For all of human history, we have looked up at the stars and called them distant. Out there, nothing to do with us. But I think we may have had it backwards this whole time. When you look up at the night sky, you're not seeing a stranger. You are seeing where you came from. The very same furnaces that made the atoms behind your eyes, and the voice reading along inside your head right now. The stars are not separate from you. You are the small, living part of the universe that finally learned how to look back at the rest of it. So the next time you step outside and look up, remember that you are not standing apart from any of it. You are the cosmos, briefly awake, pausing to notice yourself. Thank you for sitting in the dark with me for a little while. If this gave you a little pool of curiosity, stay close. There's always another thread to follow. And tell me down below, now that you know where we really come from, does it change the way you look up? Until next time, keep wondering.